Well, CBS News has done a review, and it reveals that years of warnings, about the vulnerability of security cameras in New York City subway stations. So Scott MacFarlane is in Washington to explain all of this for us. Scott, I think a lot of us were quite shocked that the security cameras were not working in that one subway station in Brooklyn. What can you tell us?
For several years, Anne-Marie, this transit agency, New York's transit agency, has received warnings that the cameras they use and they have deployed inside their system, inside their subway stations, have issues, preventative maintenance issues and delayed repairs. A state inspection from the New York State Comptroller that we reviewed from 2018 and 2019 found the MTA, the transit agency, was in fact warned that its systems weren't perfect, that its systems weren't up to date, and left the vulnerability of these cameras not functioning properly when they were needed most. Anne-Marie, bus stations, subway stations across America are just blanketed with cameras. You can measure them in the thousands, if not the tens of thousands, but having people on the ground to monitor them, to repair them promptly, that's a higher hurdle, one that New York wasn't meeting in 2018 and 2019, and as evident by yesterday, wasn't meeting this week.
When they were needed most, the cameras failed.
There were 3 stations that the video wasn't working.
But it wasn't without warning. In a pair of inspections from 2018 and 2019 reviewed by CBS News, state officials warned New York City's Metropolitan Transportation Authority that transit station security cameras were at risk of malfunctions, finding the transit agency failed to ensure preventative maintenance and timely repairs on thousands of the cameras. The transit system responded it was taking aggressive steps.
Does it surprise you to hear that this camera in this spot may not have been working right?
It does not surprise me to hear. It's very easy after an event that's horrifying and scary to the public for policymakers to reach for that silver bullet solution. We'll put cameras in all of the subway stations. But that initial expense doesn't necessarily provide or explain all of the resources that will have to go into that kind of surveillance.
Former FBI agent Mike German says cameras are a challenge for many U.S. transit systems because they require regular and sophisticated maintenance. Congressional sources tell CBS News a group of dozens of U.S. House members were already getting ready to request millions of dollars later this month to pay for cameras and other types of security equipment, harder infrastructure, and surveillance training to help prevent attacks at U.S. rail stations. Democrat Abigail Spanberger, formerly with the CIA, says equipment alone won't stop a threat.
Maintenance is important. If there's cameras, where is that video uploaded? Where is it stored? Who is reviewing it? When we're looking at security investments, they do require maintenance and they do require continued investment.
New York's transit agency announced it cleared a milestone, installing cameras at all 470 plus rail stations. They announced that last year, but now police are investigating whether these cameras on this day suffered a mechanical or electrical malfunction, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, there's what happened yesterday, but you point out in your story that it's not just about installing these cameras. You got to maintain them. You got to have people, manpower to watch them, and that costs a lot of money. Maybe more than a city budget can handle. What have you heard about government investment in rail security?
Yeah, congressional sources tell CBS News there's going to be a move in the U.S. House later this month to significantly ratchet up federal grants for America's transit stations, rail and bus stations, to help them buy the things they can't afford with their own internal budgets, be it elaborate camera systems and maintenance programs to help keep those cameras functioning, but also new surveillance training, public awareness campaigns, hardening of infrastructure to make them less vulnerable. There was a concern before yesterday. It'll likely increase after yesterday. The transit stations remain a target and somewhat soft, and federal money might be needed, Anne-Marie, to help harden them.
So I thought this was interesting. You spoke to a former FBI agent who said, sometimes too many cameras can be a problem. What did he mean by that?
Not only do you have these thousands of security cameras in America's transit systems and transit hubs, but everybody's carrying a phone and shooting videos and photos. There's social media evidence. At some point, all of that becomes a tidal wave that agencies like the FBI have to try to surf. Here's more of what he said about that.
If you look at studies of the effectiveness of security cameras, What you see is often the security cameras aren't working properly or are pointed in the wrong direction or otherwise don't capture images that are helpful to the police. And
It requires people, too.
Exactly. And when you set up a system like that, you're taking resources away from on-the-ground policing of actual crimes that occurred, the detectives involved in the investigations, and putting those resources into a system that may not be effective in actually finding evidence of the crime.
So that's where we are in Washington this morning, with a growing concern that America's transit hubs need more infrastructure, but also enough people to manage it, to monitor it, and to maintain it, Anne-Marie.
It makes a lot of sense. You get this, false sense of security because you can say we have X number of cameras, but if they're pointed in the wrong direction, they're not working, then they're no help at all. Scott, thank you very much.